Hello, my name is Tylluan. I'm a solitary pagan witch, I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press, and today's little chat is about the importance of creating beauty. Now, I know I've done chats about this sort of thing before, creating beauty, trying to create an oasis. Why? Well, because at the moment the world is becoming a very unstable, unkind and unpleasant place. Probably always was, but it has come to my notice a lot more recently, and I know it has with others too. And one of the very worst things we can do is despair. Despair is the enemy of a good witch. And by that I don't mean a good witch as opposed to a bad witch. I'm talking about a good, effective witch. You have to try and avoid despair. And one of the ways we do it is by creating beauty. Now, there are lots of ways to create beauty. You can go out on a walk and you can pick a few leaves and put them in a pretty pattern on the floor. That's created beauty. It won't last long. The wind will come and blow it away, or the rain will come, or they'll rot down over a period of time. Doesn't matter. It is something of beauty. You arrange some pebbles on the beach. You make patterns in the sand. You whistle a song, sing a song, write a song. You paint a picture, you colour a picture, you do something. You read a beautiful passage from a book, and you read it over and over and over to yourself. Something that is beautiful. I know when I was young, I always loved the story of King Arthur. And in Tennyson, in his poem about King Arthur, there's this wonderful thing where they go and throw... Arthur's dying and he sends his... I was going to say his henchman. No, not his henchman. His aide, if you like. He sends him to throw the sword away. And he can't bring himself to do it. So he comes back and he tells Arthur he has done it. And Arthur says, what happened? And the chap says, oh, it just went into the water with a sort of splash. And Arthur said, no, you didn't do it. And do it again, he said. Go and do it properly this time. And so he goes and he pretends to throw it again. Doesn't throw it, keeps it safe. Because he doesn't want to get rid of this wonderful, beautiful, magical sword, Excalibur. And he goes back and Arthur says, what happened when he threw the sword away? He said, well, it just went into the water. There was no splash this time. And Arthur got quite cross this time, and he sends him back again and says, now look, no messing this time. I know you haven't thrown it away. Throw it away. When I die, the sword must go back to the lake. So he does, and there's this beautiful line in it where this woman's arm comes up out of the lake, clothed in white samite, mystic, wonderful. And that's the actual line, clothed in white samite, mystic, wonderful. And I used to read this damn thing, I used to go over and over and over it, this image of the moon and oh gosh, it was beautiful. And it still, even after all these years, has stayed with me. The image of this arm, clothed in white samite, mystic, wonderful, and she turns, oh, I wish I could, arthritis. She turns the sword around and swings it around, and then of course he goes back and tells Arthur what happens, and Arthur knows he has done it this time. But even something like that is to create beauty. That beauty from that little poem has stayed with me all these years since I was a child. Wonderful little things, little passages, little lines from poetry, things you learn, things you know. It doesn't have to be magic, but it has to be magical. And for me, a lot of it was poetry. I loved poetry. I love it still, But some people will say that this desire to create beauty is somehow like a fluffy bunny. It's just not seeing the dark and chaos in the world. Yes, I know. But we do need to try and restore balance. And to restore balance, not just for the sake of the world around us, but for the sake of our own sanity, we have to create beauty. So I would urge you to try it, to try and create something. It doesn't matter what it is. It just has to be something you consider beautiful, because if you think of it, you're doing it and it's like a little oasis, this tiny little area. For me, it could be my kitchen table even. But if we are all doing it, and we have thousands of people watching at different times, if we all do it, then that beauty is no longer an oasis. They join together. They start to get bigger. And the area of beauty, the area of peace, the area of stillness becomes much bigger. And we do sense it. If you're doing it, I'm doing it. Everyone who listens to this video tries just for, 3-4 minutes a day. How long is this video going to be? Perhaps 5 minutes? Pardon me. If everybody did it 5 minutes a day, can you imagine the difference we would make? And this is something I would like us to do, to try and create beauty in some way, to try and create peace, to try and literally blow it like a kiss. Blow it like a kiss out to the world. Now I've done my bit here. And if you can do yours too, that would be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, we'll leave it at that, and thank you ever so much for listening. Goodbye.